All right, godlings. What's that saying? The more things change, the more they stay the same, or something like that, right? Okay, so we went through this. I'm approaching 50 years old, and I've seen this. I don't know how many fucking times before in my life, especially when I was a teenager, right? And I've seen it in between, right, with varying things, right? Now let's go back to when I was a kid, right? About teenage years, right? This is when it all kind of gets started, right? When kids are teenagers, right? Because they're all of a sudden they're old enough. They have motility. They have the ability to control their bodies better. They have more freedom, right? So, but here's the thing. Okay, like when I was in the '80s, kids being bad or doing the wrong things was always used, almost always blamed on something else, right? So when I was a kid, it was Dungeons and Dragons. If you play Dungeons and Dragons, you're going to turn into a bloodthirsty devil worshiper and kill people or something, right? Kill your parents in their sleep or something, right? Oh my God. And smoking was a big thing. Smoking cigarettes, right? Now it's vaping. Now it's vaping. And I did vaping. I actually quit smoking cigarettes using the vape. And as often as I used the vape, I used it more than smoking, but I still didn't have. You can only smoke so many cigarettes before you're going to feel that shit, right? Well, unfortunately, I couldn't quit smoking. That's going to probably be a lifelong thing for me. So, knowing that, there are genuine risks and things that are harmful to our children, right? There are actually real dangers out there. I understand this, but it's not nearly as bad as these adults and quote unquote parents are making it all out to be, really. Okay, so back in the day, it was, Dungeons and Dragons. If it wasn't Dungeons and Dragons, the reason for your problems was you got Satan in you or devil, so we got to send you to church or something. But the other ones were, if kids are committing suicide, it was Ozzy or Judas Priest. It was their fault, right? It was their fault. Why? Does Ozzy and Judas Priest hang out in your basement and do shit to your kids at night when they're sleeping or something? I don't get it. Seriously, I didn't get it then. I don't get it fucking now. I just don't get it, right? So what we have here is you have children that are become close to adult age, and they have more motility, they have control over their bodies, and they're taking back that control that they didn't have previously, right? So these adults are like, oh, they're pointing the finger. Well, and back, okay, so now big deal is internet, right? Back in my day, we didn't have internet, so it was TV. It was the TV that was a problem. Now, not to say that kids didn't see that and model the behavior, but that's where parents come in to parent and to teach their children. Well, all of a sudden, so the kids are teenagers, they're getting into Dungeons and Dragons, smoking cigarettes or whatever it is. So now it's internet, right? And not to say there aren't, like, again, there are definite dangers on the internet, but this is the way our society is now, and it's not going to change. It's not going to change at all, right? So what was funny is I already know what's going on here. Parents, quote unquote, they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they treat their kids like shit. So then the kids get older, throw it back in their damn face, because they've been dealing with this crap for most of their lives, right? So then all of a sudden the parents are like, oh, it's not my fault my kid's a bloodthirsty monster and going crazy. Oh, no, it's not my fault. It must be Ozzy or Judas Priest or something on the internet. Or, oh, it's that vaping stuff. That's why their grades are so low. While the parents are hiding the real issues, because the parents don't want to be called out on that shit. They just hide that shit, oh, it's not my fault, all you need to do is you need to talk to your children, because you can't follow them around their back pocket the rest of their life, right? What you have to do is you have to teach them this is what you should do when you're not around me, when I can't make your decisions for you, and choose wisely. Eventually, they're going to have to learn on their own. Are they going to make mistakes? Absolutely. A lot of us do. Some make more mistakes than others, but you know what? They're going to have to. But anyway, I think it's fucking hilarious. All these adults and parents, they want to make everything else the problem. It's TV, it's internet, it's Ozzy, it's Judas Priest, it's vaping or whatever, Oh no, it can't be their parenting. We're good parents. We done everything right. Shit like that. It's like, man, y'all need to look at yourself, instead of looking at this and then make it the kid's fault, look at yourself, all right? There was no shortage of this crap in the 80s, and I see it recycled over and over again, right? Oh God! Okay, so now there's probably a bigger deal with the stranger danger. When back in the day, stranger danger was you had to worry more about Uncle Fred, okay, than some stranger down the street. Oh, and by the way, they taught us there's all these weird people hanging out waiting to give us free drugs. If you ever find these people, can you let me know? Because I'm running out of weed right now.